这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的听力水平在生活中是完全够用的。要持续提升英文，记得点击订阅按钮。我们开始吧。
The game could not start because no one had the nerve to touch the ball. In a small town in the late 1800s, people loved to gather on a wide green field at the edge of the river. The grass was not smooth, and the lines were not straight, yet the field felt like the heart of the town. On warm days, men in hats and boys with dusty shoes stood in a loose circle. They waited for someone to move. They waited for someone to get the ball rolling. Back then, the game was not the fast sport we see on bright screens. It was simple. A heavy leather ball lay on the ground. 2 wooden sticks marked the goal. The rules were spoken out loud before each match because few people had them written down. The crowd did not cheer at once. They watched. They waited. One spring afternoon, a big crowd came. A train had just reached the town for the first time. New workers, new shops, new hope filled the air. The town leaders said a game would bring people together. Yet when the time came, no one stepped forward. The ball sat in the dust like a question no one could answer. Tom, a thin boy of 12, stood near the back. His father worked at the rail yard. His hands were rough, and his back was bent from long hours. Tom heard the men talk. They said they needed a strong player to start. They said the first kick would set the tone. They said it had to be done right. The sun moved higher. The crowd grew quiet. A dog barked. A baby cried. Still the ball did not move. Tom felt his heart beat hard in his chest. He was small. He was not the best player. Yet he loved the game. He loved the sound of feet on grass and the shout when someone scored. He looked at the ball again. It seemed bigger now, as if it knew all eyes were on it. A tall man named Mr. Hale stepped forward. He was known as the strongest worker in town. People thought he would kick first. He walked up to the ball, looked down at it, then stepped back. He said the ground was not flat enough. He said the ball might roll the wrong way. Some men nodded. They agreed it was better to wait. The weight grew heavy. Tom could feel it like a weight on his shoulders. He did not think about being strong. He did not think about being perfect. He only thought about the game. If no one moved, nothing would happen. The day would fade, and the field would go dark. Without asking for leave, Tom ran forward. For a split second, the world felt still. The crowd gasped. Mr. Hale turned with wide eyes. Tom did not slow down. He swung his leg and kicked the ball as hard as he could. The ball rolled. It did not fly far. It bumped over a clump of dirt. It wobbled. It looked almost silly. Yet it moved. A boy from the other side ran after it. Another boy chased him. In a blink, the field came alive. Men shouted. Dust rose. Feet pounded the ground. The game had begun. Later that day, people did not talk about how far the first kick went. They did not talk about the small bump in the dirt. They talked about the moment the ball rolled. They talked about how one small act broke the wall of fear. From that time on, when the town faced a task that felt too big, someone would smile and say, "Get the ball rolling." They did not mean only a game. They meant, do the first small thing. Start. Move. Let action chase away doubt. The phrase spread beyond that town. Sports grew across the country. In bowling halls, a player would send a heavy ball down a wooden lane. The pins stood like quiet soldiers. The first roll was key. Once the ball left the hand, the rest would follow. In meetings, in homes, in shops, people used the same words. Get the ball rolling. Years passed. Tom grew up. He worked beside his father at the rail yard. He was not rich. He was not famous. Yet people knew him as the man who did not wait too long. When a bridge needed repair, he called for tools before others had made long plans. When a school needed paint, he opened the first can and dipped in a brush. Some laughed at his rush. Yet once he began, others joined. One cold winter, the river rose fast after days of hard rain. Water rushed toward the town. Men met in the hall to talk about what to do. They argued about cost. They argued about risk. Outside, the water crept closer. Tom stood up. He did not give a long speech. He said the sandbags were in the storehouse. He said the carts were ready. He walked out. For a moment, no one moved. Then Mr. Hale, now older and slower, followed him. A few boys ran after them. Soon the street filled with people passing bags hand to hand. The work was hard. The cold bit into their skin. Yet the line of sandbags grew. By night, the town was safe. That night, as they sat tired and wet, Mr. Hale looked at Tom and laughed. He said, "You always know how to get the ball rolling." Tom smiled. He knew it was never about the ball alone. It was about the courage to act before you feel ready. The phrase lived on because it was simple and true. A ball does not roll by thought alone. It rolls by a push. Many plans stay locked in the mind. Many dreams sit like that old leather ball in the dust. They wait for the right ground, the right time, the right strong hand. Yet time moves on. In homes across the land, a mother might say it when she wants her kids to clean a messy room. In a small shop, a boss might say it when sales are slow. In a classroom, a teacher might say it when a project feels hard. Get the ball rolling. Do one small step. Let that step lead to the next. Think about your own field. Maybe it is not made of grass. Maybe it is a desk with books you have not opened. Maybe it is a dream you keep in your head because you fear the first move. The crowd in your mind may be loud. It may say you are too small, too late, not ready. Yet the ball is still there. It does not ask for a perfect kick. It asks for motion. When it rolls, even a little, the world shifts. Others see it. They join. Energy grows. What once felt heavy begins to feel alive. The town by the river changed over the years. The rail yard grew quiet. New roads came. The old field is now a park where kids run with bright plastic balls. Most of them do not know the story of that spring day. They do not know the name of the thin boy who ran first. Still, each time a game starts, someone taps the ball with a foot. It rolls. Laughter rises. The simple act begins it all again. You may never stand on a dusty field with a leather ball at your feet. Yet you will face moments when all eyes seem to wait. Silence can feel safe, yet it can steal your chance. A small step can feel scary, yet it can wake the world around you. When you feel stuck, picture that quiet field. Hear the dog bark. Feel the sun on your face. See the ball resting in the dirt. Then run toward it. Get the ball rolling, and watch how life runs with it.
能以非母语者的身份专注学习到现在，这本身就是很棒的进步。真诚感谢你的观看。如果你觉得本期内容实用，点赞或留言让我知道你的想法，这对我持续创作非常重要。我们下期见。